Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the final round of the demo review streams of DFWC 2021, sponsored by Tim Conlan. Of course, the disembodied voice in your ears right now is yours truly, Donald. And as always, I'm joined by our lovely Arch Rhythm running the show behind the scenes and on the mic as well. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, the DFWC has just finished, and the demos are in. Well, they're not quite in, but the results are in. And Adam is going to pull them up right now on stream. We're going to go through them real quick, and we're going to get to the top 30. Let's see.
Thanks to Epic Games for making an appearance there as well.
All right, 100 CPM runs. Throughout the course of a DFWC, it's totally normal for the submission of demos to go down as the cup progresses, so I'm not too surprised by that.
That's still a really decent showing, I think, for this map. I couldn't finish it.
Yeah. Manova in 87th. Raven in 85th. I imagine that in VQ3, this round was especially difficult, so that's maybe why we're not even seeing as many VQ3 submissions as you might usually expect. Cause in 78th. Alpha in 70th. And a total of 66 VQ3 runs, starting off with two heavy hitters, actually, DKOPB and NOS. Both pretty good VQ3 players, really. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised to see them this low, but I assume that they were kind of half-assing it. M16 in 58th in CPM and 58th on VQ3 is Raven. Ooh, I feel like we're seeing some like protest submissions by IVX8 and Pakistan and VQ3 there. Those are definitely not where they're supposed to be. Quake on the left, a very old school DeFragger. He runs one of the few remaining DeFrag websites from the early days that still holds like old demos and stuff. So shout outs to him. Crazy Al in 45th. That's top 50 in CPM, baby. I'm proud.
Let's go out.
But I have not seen. Well, I haven't seen Adam because you said you couldn't finish the map. Never mind. I was gonna hype you up, but
yeah, I'm sorry. I did try, but this one was just a bit too hard for me.
Yeah, it's fair. Cause on the left as well. Missed that. 43rd place. And oh, Jelvin outside the top 30 in CPM. Okay. We are coming up on top 30 here quick though. Wow, this is crazy. Like Draconics, Charlon, Puzifer, Kairos, all of them outside the top 30 is something I didn't expect. All of those are very capable players that have placed much higher in previous rounds. So yeah, let's see what we actually have in the top 30s then.
Yeah, so looking, what we know now, what do you expect from the top 30? And which one do you think is going to be more exciting?
I think that CPM is going to be more exciting because I feel like CPM has much more routing freedom on this map. Even with how little there is, CPM still has much more than VQ3. And I think that this is going to be a classic CPM execution massacre, right? Where there's going to just be crazier and crazier runs as we go forward, not necessarily just through routes, but also just through pure speed. As is typical with a Capcorp map. But of course, as is tradition, we're starting off with VQ3 and number 30. We're going to see what that has in store for us. Starting off with someone that I don't recognize. You've told me who this is before, and I just forgot. course, that is showing us sort of the default route through the map in VQ3. Mr. Kit Kat. One of the interesting parts about this map is that there are conditional slicks that depend on which physics you're playing in. So some of these surfaces, while they are slick in VQ3 right now, will not be slick in CPM. So the routes may differ there. Those white shining things that you see every now and then, those are velocity pads. They give you vertical momentum without disturbing your horizontal momentum or speed at all. And we're starting off with a sub-minute run in VQ3. That does set expectations, of course. So well done to Kit Kat. And we're going to move on to number 29. Don. We're going for a 2x in the drop instead of that ramp. So far, pretty standard, but does not make use of that quad rocket. I feel like maybe he was just unlucky with the timing of his rockets. All right, 57.784. Well done. Now to number 28. Megatech. One thing I noticed, by the way, while I was looking through some DFWC archive stuff, is that Megatech actually took part in the very first DFWC all the way back in 2003.
Oh, really?
I thought that was pretty cool. It gives him some
Yeah.
street cred, you know? Some really nice pre-fires here. Really nice rocket stacks. Of course, in VQ3, rockets travel at only 900 units per second, which makes it much easier to go for these sort of short-range stacks that you see in Megatech's run here than it may be in, say, CPM. Wow, okay, that's a lot of differences in that room. That was really cool. It's hard to put them all into words. He began he hit the trigger velocity pad in a lower spot, which meant that overall he was in a lower spot while he was flying up, which allowed him to hit that ramp on the side, which gave him extra momentum up. Maybe that's a lot to take in words, but if you rewatch that on the VOD later, you may figure it out for yourself. All right, well done, Megatech. We're going to move on to number 27. Demonor. The two OG players back to back. Some swag points for that backward strafe. He does make use of that quad rocket, but in an interesting way, I guess. Doesn't actually go instantly into the drop down. Doesn't matter though, because that shotgun target does reset your momentum completely. So every time you hit it, it'll be the exact same outcome. Well done, Demonor. Moving on to number 26. Horus. So far, pretty standard. That was some great speed here, though. And again, he's one of the people who makes use of that ramp on the side as they are climbing up. And that gives them just great execution in that room. 54.6, so compared to number 30, we've already jumped, I think, 3 seconds in total. Well done. Now we're going to move on to number 25. Monstric. I think that's a first. I don't think I've seen him before in this DFWC. Not the cleanest execution so far, so I'm expecting a good climb. Yeah, there you go. That's excellent. Wastes no time in that room at all. Gets through clean. 54.3. Well done, Monstric. On to number 24. Fanat Zerga. That in Russian that means fan of Zerg. That doesn't give me any clues as to who it is, though.
Big flopper on the website.
I still don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice Patsybiashka there. Great execution so far. You can really see just how much impact that quad rocket has. He loses most of his speed going into a corner, and then he gains all of it back immediately with just one quad rocket into the ceiling. That was really nice. Well done. On to number 23. E-Money. Who I believe is in chat. Shoutouts. Ooh. Oh, that's excellent. Tons of speed in this room here. Jesus Christ. The swag points, man. All this backwards shooting, I love it.
They're playing a different game, bro.
Mm-hmm. It ain't fair with these people around here. Well done, E-Money. Gonna move on to number 22. Recruit. I think he's one of the few people who's used plasma in that hallway. I'm not sure which option's better. That room wasn't too great, so I'm expecting either a great climb or a great execution in this room in particular. It has good speed. And just a great clean line. Yeah, see, that's nice. Oh, and gets that final rocket as well. 2200 in the end. Well done, Recruit. On to number 21. Bionic. He gets in that extra ceiling rocket getting out of that climb. Saves him some time. Some of these rockets not giving him as much speed as he wants, whiffing some of the angles, but again, expecting a good climb to make up for that. Oh yeah, look at that speed. Already low when he hits the shotgun. He has to spend less time in the air. 52.7, well done, Bionic. And we are entering the top 20. Breach. Oh, going for I think a different route at the start. Going for that straight up rocket, you know, just for airtime as opposed to shooting off the wall. Very wise of him to switch walls in between those two rockets in the corridor. In VQ3, you just don't really get the luxury of sticking to one wall as you rocket off it, at least if you're getting, you know, good rockets, because there's no air control. So in that hallway, it's better to switch in between walls. Man, that is lightning fast. 52.6. Well done, Breach. On to number 19. Zerg. Great speed so far. Very chaotic, very reactionary, it feels like. But he does manage to get through just fine with a 52.4. One interesting thing that I noticed was that there's this block in the middle of a map that is only as high as about your player model when you're standing. So if you're jumping, you can't actually rocket off of it. That was kind of interesting to see. Zerg had to wait a little bit until he landed before he could shoot another rocket. But yeah, well done, Zerg. Gonna move on to number 18. Just one of those technical details that I feel like I haven't noticed before. Number 18 is Dino. Wastes no time starting that plasma. And with how much speed they're getting with the plasma, I feel like that might be the better choice in that hallway. Don't quote me on that, though. So far, so good. Just stays high getting through that room. And just an overall solid run. Well done, Dino. On to number 17. Damned Light. And he's also using plasma. Gets much better exit speed than Dino, though. And a new route has been discovered in this room, using the right wall to redirect your momentum so that you lose less speed throughout the entirety of the room. Oh, and there's that strat again, entering the velocity pad at a lower point so you can use the ramp that is on the side of the room for some extra vertical momentum. Well done, Damned Light. On to number 16. Poison. Ooh. Small rocket stack. Also using that right wall. Seems to be the route of choice. Oh, and yeah, just excellently getting through that entire room. This one, maybe not as good. He didn't get the kind of speed out of the quad rocket that he wanted, but the rest of the run was much better and makes up for it. Well done to Poison. On to number 15. Cat. Cat, of course, known for his extremely snappy and high-performance weapon play, and you can see great rocket handling. Oh, well, in the hallway, he didn't get as much speed out of the climb as I expected. Maybe that was some sort of map bug. Doesn't seem like it's gonna slow him down, though. Yeah, that was an excellent room. Wasted no time. Used the quad rock to go down as well as you're reaching those targets so that you have to spend less time in the air. Well done by Cat. That was really well optimized in the end. On to number 14. Kisel. Excellent execution so far. Not as much speed in this room as you might have wanted. But tons of speed in this room to make up for it. Oh, it barely makes it to the end as well. Almost didn't make it. With a nearly 50 flat, so it's going to be interesting speculating on the top times later. Well done to Kisel. For now, we're going to move on to number 13. See what they've got. Step. Excuse me. That's that ceiling bug again, getting 2 rockets while exiting the climb. I think that one just kind of on the merits of execution does well. Well done, Step. Didn't really notice anything special with the route. On to number 12. Nebula. Pretty good speed in that room. And again, I think just a matter of execution. As I predicted, I feel like this map is going to crystallize into just sort of an execution battle between, top dogs. We're going to see where that goes. For now, we're going to watch number 11.
Speaking of predictions,
Ooh.
what would you like to predict?
I am going to predict a top 6 because I
Okay.
feel like 6 is more interesting than 5.
Mhm.
So clearly, Frog, Yotun, Dex, Strangeland, and then some, 2 other players that I'm struggling to think of right now.
All right. Let's see if the next couple
Oh yeah, they're going to clear things up.
might remind you.
All right, let's do it again at 7. All right, but for now, number 11. Mescal. Actually, placing him pretty highly, so well done to Mescal. Usually, I feel like he's more of a CPM player. At sub 50. Well done, Mescal. I'm going to amend Delta to my prediction as the 5th member, and I'm going to keep thinking about number 6. For now, let's watch number 10. Sentinel. Wow, almost instant on that quad rocket, man. Just tons of execution. Saved, I think, almost a second over the previous run, didn't he?
Yeah, more than a second.
Well done, Sentinel. I don't know. I didn't really know what to say because I feel like the run was just super clean. Nothing we haven't seen before in terms of routes, but great execution. So well done, Sentinel. Yeah, on to number 9. Enter. Tons of speed in that climb. but nearly the same time as Sentinel. I think only a couple of frames. Still, well done, Enter. And
Yep, so Sentinel had 48.472, and that was Enter with 48.408.
yeah, that's like 8 frames or thereabouts. Yeah, well, anyway, well done, Enter. Gonna move on to number 8. Effect. Okay. My mind is kind of racing right now. I'm thinking who else could show up. Excellent speed here. Oh my god, 2400. I feel like that's the most we've seen by far. Great stuff by Effect. The very end wasn't quite as good, but the rest of the run was really solid. Yeah, well done to Effect. We're gonna look at number 7, which is gonna be the final hint that I get. GoPro in number 7. Okay. Just shit tons of speed. Oh wow, okay, 3x on the drop down. Not shooting a rocket at the bottom of that ramp. I would assume that is because he was going too fast and then he would have missed his next rocket. Can only speculate, but that is a 0.7 savings or thereabouts, so well done to Goper. And I believe my number 6 pick is Zas. So that would be Frog, Yotun, Dex, Strangeland, Delta, and Zas. In what order is the more interesting question. And I would normally I would just say Dex number 1 easy. But I hear that he's had some afflictions this DFWC. So I'm going to give some other people a chance. I'm going to say that top 3 in no order is going to be Zas, Dex, and Yotun. We're going to see. Let's start off with number 6. Delta at number 6. God damn, perfect Patsubiashka there after the climb. That was about 300 UPS. I think he adds an extra rocket there as well. Manages to get through that room cleanly with about 1900 UPS, which is very difficult. Wow, 45.4. That's 2 seconds?
Yep.
Jesus. Well, I guess there's a reason that we do top 6 predictions. There seems to be a pretty big gap. Well done to Delta on number 6. Now we're going to see number 5. Yotun. Okay, that's one of my predictions wrong. Also eschewing that base rocket at the bottom. The route nearly identical to Delta, aside from that very beginning where he does a 2x on the drop down where you bounce back up. So again, I think this is going to turn into an execution thing. Well done to Yotun in number 5. And number 4, let's see who that is going to be. Frog. He does do the ceiling boost, or bug, or whatever you call it. Very interesting approach there. 45.0. Well done, Frog. Could we see that again? I kind of want to talk about that ramp where other people were skipping the rocket at the start, and then, where Frog was doing something different here. So most of this is kind of normal, comparable with Delta and Yotun. Small ceiling boost here. You can see he holds crouch. That's that C in the middle of the screen. It's one of the things you gotta do to get a ceiling boost. At the end of this room, right here. So what he does instead is a Patsibyashka. He shoots before he ever even reaches that ramp. Other people wouldn't shoot at all because they wanted to shoot at the very base of the ramp, and that just doesn't work. You can't shoot twice with this kind of speed, both at the base and at the top of the ramp. So what Frog does instead is he says, okay, I'll move the first rocket forward. I'll shoot it before I even get to the ramp. That way, at least I get some benefit from it, as opposed to just not doing it at all. I just thought that was a neat decision that I could sort of use as a teaching moment. Do something at least rather than nothing with rockets like this. You can see that the top 6 differentiates itself from most of the other players with added small rockets here and there. And that is the difference between a good and a great VQ3 player, is finding those pockets for additional rockets on weapon maps like this. Well done, Frog. That means that the top 3 is going to be Strangeland, Zas, and Dex if nothing untoward happens. So let's see in what order those are going to be. Kind of losing my voice here. That's Zas, number 3. Very cool start. Zas does solve the problem in a different way. He just shoots the rocket backwards as opposed to forwards, but it's still fundamentally the same solution. And that is a 44.7 from Zas. I think that's like almost the same as Frog. I wasn't really paying attention.
No, Frog had 45.0.
Ah, okay. So about
tasty
0.3.
Tasty little saving there.
Well done, Zas. That's number 3. Now the age-old rivalry, Dex versus Strangeland, going to be decided on the final map of DFWC 2021. Let's see who it's going to be in number 2. Dex. A twist. Not that much to say, because all of these runs are a thing of beauty. Kind of the one thing that stood out to me right at the very end there was that Dex stayed very, very low at the end. He didn't gain any height, put all that rocket energy into speed. Tried to grind some frames out at the end. I respected. Well done, Dex. And of course, number one, we all know who it's going to be at this point. Strange Land. Goes for that rocket start at the bounce. Sorry, rocket stack. That is a 44.5. What's the differential between Dex and Strangeland? While you play this run again.
Yeah, so Dex 44.656, and then that was 44.656, and then Strangeland had 44.536.
So just over 100 milliseconds. That's about what I, wanted to see. I wanted to see really tight races sort of at the top. I didn't want, someone being like a second ahead on this map with how long it is. So I'm satisfied with that conclusion to this DFWC in the VQ3 category. Congratulations to Zas, Dex, and Strangeland for top 3. At least I believe it was Zas, if my memory's not betraying me. Please tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, cool. All right. So, shall we do CPM?
I suppose so.
Starting off with number 30, as always. Zeal. Alright, one of the differences you can immediately notice is that, of course, in CPM, rockets travel a little faster than in VQ3, so what was not possible in VQ3 is possible in CPM. A little rocket stack at the very beginning. Oh, okay, not using the shotgun. Starting off with 43 seconds. Basically picking up where VQ3 left off, really. On to number 29. Torjay. Jesus. I guess that is, the nature of the beast in CPM. You get these insanely fast weapon switches and momentum transfers with these ramps. Just a whole different level of speed. That is 42.4, roughly. Well done, Torjay. On to number 28. 13. Making top 30 again. Well done. Oh, wow. Okay, taking the VQ3 approach. It's very obviously faster. Well done, Surdy. In that climb room, that looked kind of awesome, honestly. Well done. On to number 27. Zorn. Tons of speed. Once again in the end. Well done, Zorn. On to number 26. Right now, there isn't very much for me to say during the runs. Number 26 is Soup. Well, okay, that was cool. Yeah, that was sick. That was a cool ground boost at the start there. Something I didn't expect to see. Right as I was saying that there's not much to talk about. Small little ground boost there as well to aid in his turn to the left. $41.8. Wow, we're getting some like big jumps, even like in top 30. On to number 25. CapCorp, the mapper. $41.8. Well done, CapCorp. On to number 24. MMM.
This is Mark or Mark A again.
You know, just a Russian player. He did do a pretty cool ground boost at the start as well, so I don't want to knock him. Oh, okay. Well, I feel like he's the first person we've seen so far getting a small rocket at the beginning of that section. Right after the plasma. And great exit speed as well. Only saving a couple of frames though, so a lot of trade-offs here. Well done, MMM. On to number 23. Nachos. Pretty sick little sort of WA strafe or WD, I think, at the start. $41.5. Well done. Yeah, no, yeah, it was great, but you know, there we go. On to number 22. Knight. Feels like he's the only one we've seen take the left wall.
I think so.
Doesn't do that quick rocket on the right as the other people have been doing. Better have a good ending in store. Pretty good. 41.4. Well done, Knight. On to number 21. Shirosaki, who I don't recognize. What's their name on the website, Adam?
Also Shirosaki.
Well, that's just great.
From Great Britain.
I'm gonna just assume this is some like Quake Live player or something.
QL race, yeah.
There you go.
I was gonna say ET.
IT players don't use weapons. Well, hats off to Shirosaki. Hell of an entrance. On to the number 20. Wreath. Oh boy. Smooth. Tons of speed in this section as well. 41.2. I don't know, every time I watch one of these runs, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a huge time save. But in the end, it's only like 200 milliseconds. I feel like it's just because this map is so long, everything's sort of a bit hard to wrap your head around. But anyway, well done, Wreath. On to number 19. Rainfire. Okay, that was sick. A plasma ceiling bug into a rocket. Which, I gotta be honest, I wasn't even aware that's possible. Rest of the map is about as, as you'd expect, but I would love to see that again.
You don't mind telling me when to slam?
Yeah. At the end of this hallway. So, climb is normal, uses plasma, and you're gonna see him crouch. And because he's crouching, even though he's shooting the plasma at the ceiling, it doesn't actually push him away from the ceiling. He's stuck in there. So he can use all that plasma to keep gaining speed along the ceiling, and then he uses the rocket to actually push himself off of it. It's just a neat little like optimization where you can use both weapons there. So you can sort of have your cake and eat it too. Well done, Rainfire. On to number 18. Zerg. He's in the top 30 in both physics, actually. Not much to say about this run. 40.9. He does break the 41 barrier, but just I feel like by virtue of execution, not much for me to comment on. Well done, Zerk. On to number 17. Z-Guys. Well done, Z-Guys. Small steps, right? A couple frames here and there. On to number 16. Kyo, or Kioi. Congratulations on being in the top 20. That was cool. Patsubiashka into a ground boost, like a forward ground boost. Yeah, overall just a clean, nice run. Well done. Now we're going to watch number 15. Enter. Also placing highly in both physics. Yeah, again, not much to say. Couple frames here and there, you know the drill. Well done, enter. On to number 14. Rain. Small ceiling bug there. I think the fastest climb room we've seen. Yeah, that was a big jump. That was almost a full second. Great improvement there by Rain. Well done. On to number 13. Rocky Pop. Well done. Now number 12.
Yeah, do you want to get your prediction then about now? I think this
For
was about the time that we did
yeah.
for the VQ3.
For top 6, I'm gonna say Baz, Goblin, on Woody. You know the drill. The other two, maybe Delta. I would be really surprised if he played both physics and placed so highly in CPM. Maybe Boss, maybe Source. I don't know. Maybe he can pick up some weapons. I'm gonna keep thinking about those two last players, but obviously the
Yeah.
other four are deadlocks.
All right.
Yeah, let's see number 12. Someone.
This is Mentor. Is
Ah,
that
yes.
boss?
Well, that's boss. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that
boss.
is
So
boss.
he's out. $39.3. Well done. On to number 11. Probably Hasavari, right? Like
Yeah,
XP.
XXBX. Yeah.
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 That's tons of speed. 2800 in the end as well. Yeah, just great rocket execution. Well done, Hastavari. And we enter the top 10 at last. Let's see. Delta in top 10. Okay, that's another candidate down. But I am very impressed that he can play both physics and then still get into the top 10 in CPM. Sick little Patsugyashka there. This is a really solid run. Over 3000 UPS at the end as well. I'm not really sure how you save time over this, so I'm excited. Well done, Delta. On to number 9. Zas. Wow. Okay, I was just singing the praises of Delta. I gotta do it for Zas too. Placing very highly in both physics on this map. Quite a challenge. He's nasty with it. Let's see that demo again. I want to talk about something. I have a suspicion. A little strat that he did. I'll tell you when to slow-mo. So far, so good. Everything normal. Then at the end of this slick here, right here, you can see him hit the floor before he drops down. And I was thinking, isn't that slower? Don't you lose the falling momentum that you already have? But I think he does it so that he can use this rocket and still manage to turn around a full 180 degrees in time before he hits the ramp. If he doesn't manage to do that, he either has to lose speed by A, turning too sharply, or B, just hitting the wall straight after the turn. But because he hit the floor before he started dropping down, he took a little more time to fall all the way to the bottom, and that gave him just enough time to actually complete the turn. I don't know, I just thought that was a neat detail. Sometimes these decisions might not be obvious as to one, route over the other. All right, we're at about 39 flat, so well done, Zas. On to number 8. Strangelove. Breaking the 39-second barrier. Well done. On to number 7. The last hint that I get. Hawks. Okay, this is the opposite approach to what we saw in VQ3. In this case, Hawks is trying to enter that velocity pad as high as he can, because in CPM, it doesn't matter which ramp you hit. As long as you go up, you go up. None of the ramps make a difference. They all behave the same. So why not sort of front run that and hit the velocity pad as high as you can as well? So for the top 6, obviously there are 4 people who are clearly going to be in the top 6. That's going to be Anne, Baz, Goblin, and Woody. There are 2 wild cards, and we just saw a bunch of people that I was thinking about go out in terms of who could be in the top 6. I want to ask you, is Icarus already on the leaderboard, yes or no, in CPM?
We have not seen Icarus.
I would suggest that he may be in the top 6. The other one, honestly, is a mystery to me. I can't think of anyone specific that I would place in the top 6, so I'll just let whoever it is surprise me. Yeah, well, okay, Icarus at number 6. .6. Okay, well done, Icarus. Number 5. Goblin. Oh. Jesus. Lots of speed coming out of there. Sick little rocket stack there as well. Love when people stack them not quite going down straight and they have to turn in midair. It just looks really cool. At a 38.088. Well done, Goblin. So whoever is this mystery person that I can't think of in the top 6 has beaten Goblin, which I think is very impressive. Let's see number 4. Of Charkin. Okay. An unexpected visitor. The winner of the last round in that DFWC movie you saw at the start of the stream, where he also kind of showed up out of nowhere in terms of first place.
Not planned, I promise you. We had no idea.
.9, barely eking out about 100 milliseconds over Goblin. Well done of Charkin. Now the top 3, the order of these is what's going to matter in the final standings of things. Let's see number 3. Woody in number 3. Wow. at a 37.8. Another about 100 milliseconds, I think, between 3 and 4.
Hmm.
So what this means is that the top two, I would guess, intuition would suggest is Boz and Anne. And I would predict that Anne is probably number two. I would be a jaw dropped if Anne managed to beat Baz on this. Not to disparage Anne by any means, but Baz obviously is the more weapon focused of the two. So I'm gonna guess number two is Anne. Let's see. What?
Ba, ba, ba.
No way. I'm grinning like an idiot. 37.7, well done. Okay, show me that number one demo. I need to see. I need to see for myself. And number one. On a weapon map, no less. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Oh, beautiful 2x. Has to crouch to even be able to get under that part of the map. $37.5. Wow. Let's see that demo again, please. Yes. Man, huge congratulations to On for this. This 2x is beautiful. He hits it just right, 1700 out of the gate. And right here, has to crouch to even be able to just barely fit through that part of the map. That is so sick.
So the times, if you're wondering, Baz in second place with 37.696 and Anne in first place with 37.560.
That's crazy. On as weapon focused of a map as it gets, really, there's not much strafing here. Maybe that one circle jump at the start made the difference. Of course, we do have the absolute best that you're going to get on this map. Also done by the mapper, Capcorp, using the Wiz engine. Okay, alright.
But it gets worse.
How does it get worse?
Because we watched the unprocessed version.
Sure, let's do it. God. Epilepsy? Never heard of her. And that concludes this DFWC 2021. Of course, standings aren't final. Those are going to go up at some point when the demos have been validated. But man, I don't know. That just leaves a big smile on my face. The fact that Ann just comes in at the very end, swoops in, just gets number one on the most weapon focused map you can get, breaks the mold. I love that. We do have some announcements. I don't know. Should I get to those now?
Yeah, for sure.
So Puni wants me to relay to the viewers that donations will be open for another full week as they finish things up, and as they, make sure that the prize pool is split according to the DFWC survey, which will be available in the next couple of days. That's going to be questions like, which map was the best design wise, which one was the most creative, what did you feel about the format, right? 1 week per map as opposed to 2 weeks, which was experimented with in the past. And there's going to be another DFWC stream by the organizers, I believe, on the next weekend, which is going to talk about the results of that survey, bring on guests, and just sort of have a discussion forum about the cup as is. Try to get some more community engagement that way. So, just so you guys are aware, that is going to happen next weekend. Aside from that, I don't know if there's much else to say.
No, yeah, I guess just thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking with us as well. And if we have any viewers in Zoot's absence, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed our coverage. We will be back covering the War Cup when they start up. Depending on what sort of time it starts up, we may take like a break for a week or two, because we went straight into the DFWC after doing like months of War Cup, so we've just watched so much DeFRaG. And of all of the people that we've had on, and all the guests that we've had, and all the hosts that we've had, the one person that's been there for absolutely every one of them is me.
True.
So there's that. But yeah, and if you guys are interested in Diabotical as well, we're gonna be kicking things back off with some Diabotical time trials action in the new year as well. So look out for that.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, do you have any shout-outs before we head off?
I mean, shout outs to Anne. I can't say that enough. That was awesome. Shout outs to, Woody, Baz, Goblin, Anne, and the VQ3 folks, Dex, Strangeland, Yotun, Frog, and Zass plays in both physics. That was awesome as well. I don't know. Look forward to the next DFWC, I guess.
Yeah. Shout-outs to the organizers, of course, and of course it wouldn't be a stream without giving no thanks to Crazy Al.
Oh, absolutely not.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.